The German Emperor was the official title of the head of state and hereditary ruler of the German Empire, a specifically chosen term. It was used between the 18th of January 1871 proclamation of King of Prussia and President of the North German Confederation Wilhelm I as Deutscher Kaiser, and the official abdication of Wilhelm II on the 28th of November 1918. The Holy Roman Emperor is sometimes also called German Emperor when the historical context is clear. Following the Revolution of 1918, the German head of state function was succeeded by the Reichspräsident, beginning with Friedrich Ebert. Creation. The title German Emperor was carefully chosen by Minister-President of Prussia and Chancellor of the North German Confederation Otto von Bismarck. After discussion which continued until the proclamation of Wilhelm I at the Palace of Versailles during the Franco-Prussian War, William I accepted this title grudgingly as he would have preferred Emperor of Germany. This had been unacceptable to the federated monarchs, and also would have signaled a claim to lands outside his reign. Emperor of the Germans, as had proposed at the Frankfurt Parliament in 1848, was ruled out by William as he considered himself a king who ruled by divine right and chosen by the grace of God, not by the people in a popular monarchy. By this ceremony, the North German Confederation was transformed into the German Empire. This empire was a federal monarchy. The emperor was head of state and president of the federated monarchs. Under the imperial constitution, the empire was a confederation of states under the permanent presidency of Prussia. The King of Prussia was named in the constitution as the president of the confederation. Thus, the imperial crown was directly tied to the Prussian crown, something Wilhelm II discovered in the aftermath of World War I. He erroneously believed that he ruled the empire in personal union with Prussia. With the war's end, he conceded that he could not remain emperor, but initially thought he could at least retain his Prussian crown. Full titles. The German emperors had an extensive list of titles and claims that reflected the geographic expanse and diversity of the lands ruled by the House of Hohenzollern. William I. His Imperial and Royal Majesty William I, by the grace of God, German Emperor and King of Prussia, Margrave of Brandenburg, Burgrave of Nuremberg, Count of Hohenzollern, Sovereign and Supreme Duke of Silesia and of the County of Glatz, Grand Duke of the Lower Rhine and of Posen, Duke of Saxony, of Westphalia, of Angria, of Pomerania, Lunenburg, Holstein and Schleswig, of Magdeburg, of Bremen, of Gelders, Cleves, Julichenburg, Duke of the Wends and the Kasubes, of Crossin, Lauenburg and Mecklenburg, Landgrave of Hesse and Thuringia, Margrave of Upper and La Lusatia, Prince of Orange, Prince of Rügen, of East Friesland, of Paderborn and Piemont, of Halberstadt, Munster, Minden, Osnabrück, Hildesheim, of Verden, Kamen, Fulda, Nassau and Meuse, Princely Count of Henneberg, Count of Mark, of Ravensburg, of Hohenstein, Tecklenburg and Lingen, of Mansfeld, Sigmaringen and Veringen, Lord of Frankfurt. Frederick III. His Imperial and Royal Majesty Frederick III, by the grace of God, German Emperor and King of Prussia, Margrave of Brandenburg, Burgrave of Nuremberg, Count of Hohenzollern, Duke of Silesia and of the County of Glatz, Grand Duke of the Lower Rhine and of Posen, Duke of Saxony, of Angria, of Westphalia, of Pomerania and of Lunenburg, Duke of Schleswig, of Holstein and of Crossin, Duke of Magdeburg, of Bremen, of Gelderland and of Jülich, Cleves and Berg, Duke of the Wends and the Kashubians, of Lauenburg and of Mecklenburg, Landgrave of Hesse and in Thuringia, Margrave of Upper and La Lusatia, Prince of Orange, of Rügen, of East Friesland, of Paderborn and of Piemont, Prince of Halberstadt, of Munster, of Minden, of Osnabrück, of Hildesheim, of Verden, of Kamen, of Fulda, of Nassau and of Meuse, princely Count of Henneberg, Count of the Mark, of Ravensburg, of Hohenstein, of Tecklenburg and of Lingen, Count of Mansfeld, of Sigmaringen and of Veringen, Lord of Frankfurt. William II, His Imperial and Royal Majesty William II, by the grace of God, German Emperor and King of Prussia, Margrave of Brandenburg, Burgrave of Nuremberg, Count of Hohenzollern, Duke of Silesia and of the County of Glatz, Grand Duke of the Lower Rhine and of Posen, Duke of Saxony, of Angria, of Westphalia, of Pomerania and of Lunenburg, Duke of Schleswig, of Holstein and of Crossen, Duke of Magdeburg, of Bremen, of Gelderland and of Jülich-Clevesenburg, Duke of the Wends and the Kashubians, of Lauenburg and of Mecklenburg, Landgrave of Hesse and in Thuringia, Margrave of Upper and La Lusatia, Prince of Orange, of Rügen, of East Friesland, of Paderborn and of Piemont, Prince of Halberstadt, of Munster, of Minden, of Osnabrück, of Hildesheim, of Verden, of Kamen, of Fulda, of Nassau and of Most princely Count of Henneberg, Count of the Mark, of Ravensburg, of Hohenstein, of Tecklenburg and of Lingen, Count of Mansfeld, of Sigmaringen and of Veringen, Lord of Frankfurt. German Emperors.